Good morning, everybody, or evening, or afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. I have finally finished my vintage style shabby, little bit glam journals. It was going to be one journal, but of course it just turned out too big, so I have made two, a larger one and a smaller one. So I will show you through the larger journal first, and then just quickly flick through this smaller journal, because what is in the smaller journal is also in here. So the measurements of this is 5.5 inches by 8.25 inches. This one has a 2-inch spine and is approximately 88 pages. It has numerous pockets and tucks and tags and things like that. A lot of them you will have already seen if you watched some of the videos I put up before of making them. I didn't record in the last week because we had somebody next door cutting down trees, so there was a chainsaw going pretty much every day. It was very noisy. Anyway, let's get to it. So it's a semi-hard. It's not like really hard, but it's not really soft either. It is covered in this lovely vintage doily. It's a large one. I've just hand-stitched the lace part on and machine-stitched across the top there. I have layered up this lovely Tim Holtz layered piece and put some tulle over the top of it, as I did in some of my tags that I made. I have this lovely cotton fabric. It was from a garment. I've just ruffled up. There's some vintage lace, handmade lace behind it as well. This is off another garment. I just cut a couple of flowers out and placed them there, and I have some lovely vintage buttons as well. This is the same fabric as this. So, and that is just laid up with some book paper, handmade paper, and packaging paper. So we'll have a little look inside. And it's very full. So inside I did not put a pocket. I used this beautiful toile fabric and then went over it with an organza. And the reason I did that, if I've got a bit hanging around here, is this is what the fabric looked like. And it was quite bright, the black, and I wanted to soften it a little bit, make it more grey. So I put the, actually it's not, it's organza. I put some organza, and it's actually a white organza, but it looks that beige colour because the fabric is actually beige. So I like the way that looks. I've just ruffled up some fabrics on the edge there with another vintage button. And so here is our first signature, and these are done, has a hollow spine. So you would have seen me, I don't know, no, I don't think I did that. So this is a printable antique papery, and I've just printed it out in black and white. And I've used Crafty Me Shop laces throughout this journal. I think the fabrics, of course, don't come from Crafty Me Shop, but the laces do. I've layered that up with some papers from Tapeology, and I've hand-stitched those together. I've done a little bit of embroidery work here, and the flowers that I made on a previous video with the handmade paper, I've put on those. And this is one of the snippet, no it's not, it is the stamp set from Sampool. And there we go, inside. Fabric just ruffled up on the edge. I don't like things to look pristine, so it's just kind of gathered up haphazardly, and that's the way I like it. You saw me make this ruffled trim, and I've put that, making a pocket out of that, and this is some drawer lining paper that I've had for quite some time. It's in the grey tone, so that worked out well. I have a couple of tags, a little bit of Crafty Me Shop lace on that one. I think this is a Kaisercraft paper, and this is book paper with a Kaisercraft stamp on it. And that's what the back, they're all stitched around with tea-stained papers. One of the tuck spots I made, and just a tag. These paper, I think, are also from Antique Papery. Most of the pages have been stitched around. Just put some scrap pieces of paper every now and then. They're ideal for if you're writing in your journal and you want something to stand out a little bit more. You can put it in the little boxes of the scrap paper and they're just glued on there. Just the sample die cut of the doily. I love that doily. Just another tag that I've made of collage. The stamping throughout, you'll see the stamping very faintly. It's not too dark. Just a little, one of those tuck spot. I've made that on the Cricut machine. There's just a Kaisercraft piece in there. A nice vintage button with sari silk. There's the belly band I made. Beautiful flower from Crafty Me Shop. This is just it's like a ledger sheet. And I've printed it out on this really fine paper. And that's just a bit of fun. I don't know, you could write on the back of it, I think, if you wanted to. Yes, you could write on the back of that. I just like the way it looks. And that flower there, I think, is a Tsunami Rose digital that I've placed on top of the ledger paper just to change it up a little bit. A paper bag with a score pad on the front and just a little tuck spot there. I've used some of the threads from doing all the stitching on that. This is also the Antique Papery. I've had it for years, this set, and I just came across it, so I used it. Just another tag there that's made out of a Kaisercraft paper and stitching, and the Tapology sticker and a little bit of Crafty Me Shop lace there. There's some trim there and a couple of flowers on handmade paper. Little tag that I previously made. It's got the Tim Holtz layers on it, Crafty Me Shop lace, and I've gone over it with tulle. Just a very fine stamp there. Another little tuck spot. I've got the printable paper there with some vintage buttons. I've gone over that with a cereal bag just to calm it down a little bit. Just a little envelope there. And there's a little surprise in the envelope. I'm not going to show that, but that's a nice little something for whoever purchases this journal. This flower is from an applique from Crafty Me Shop, and so is the lace. The die cut there. I don't know the name of that die cut. I know it is a Couture Creations die cut, but it doesn't have a name on it. I've had it for a couple of years now. These little pieces here are from my mystery box. I've just stitched a couple of those on. I think they're nice, and then you end up with a little box on the other side. We have our little tuck spot. I just made a little tag, and then in here, this is from the paper Cameo, and I've just got a couple of little journal spots and tag. Well, a little journal spot there, and then just a little ticket, and that was from my mystery box this month as well. And that's from Paper Inspirations. So they tuck in there. Another couple of tags in there like that. A die cut. I had a bag full of dies that I wanted to use up, so I'm not sure where they'd already been cut out, so I just randomly placed some. I have a doily here and just some, I don't know what that is, but I found it thrifting once with some tissue paper, just for a bit of fun. Another pocket. This is some wallpaper I received from Angela Barnum. Thank you, Angela. And a piece of applique from Crafty Me Shop. Just a tag on index card, and I've just made a couple of mini tags to be attached to that. Another little tag there. That's printable from the paper Cameo. And I've just made this. This is some paper from Tapeology, as is this. A little bit of applique piece from Crafty Me Shop. And then I've just made a little glassine bag with a little heart inside. And I've backed the heart with some tea-stained paper. So you can actually put a nice little note on that if you wanted to as well. And when I was looking through my die cut folder, I was looking for it in one of the videos, and I came across this. And this is an old little glassine one. And see how there's a upside down, actually, heart. So I used that heart shape and traced around it and made little bags to match that. So I don't know where this came from originally. I think I may have made it, but not used it because it was upside down for some reason. So, but I've left it in there to inspire me or remind me. Anyway, that's where that came from. Little flower. There's another one of the vellum pieces from the mystery box. I've made a couple of envelope, nice little envelope there. And that's got a lovely vintage flower. And I think that came from Gail, that flower. And then just some Crafty Me Shop laces in the background with some music paper. This is just made out of some old paper. It's actually made out of 2 sheets of old paper. And once again, there's a little something in there for whoever purchases the journal. Pop that on there. That belly band. Another tag to write on. Plenty of room to journal and write and draw and things like that. By all means, you don't have to keep all the tags and things in here because that's what makes it so bulky. You can remove them all and just use them, you know, put them in a little box and just use them as you need them. Another little tuck spot there made from some Kaiser Craft paper. Another die cut there. I love that die cut. I've forgotten I'd had that. Isn't it beautiful? I love that. And once again, you can just put a little highlight note in that heart and it just stands out. There's the flips that I made in a previous video. And just another long tag tuck spot there. Oh, there's a that's handmade paper from Tapeology. I was experimenting when I was doing the heart. Should I just put one of those in there? But it just, no, I prefer the book paper. A little bit of die cut there. A tag. I think we made that on one of the videos. And just a tuck spot. Just, this is just a... It's actually just a journal spot. It's a square folded over. And that's the draw liner paper once again. Doesn't want to go on, does it? There we go. Okay. Applique pieces from Crafty Me Shop. And I'll put a link to Crafty Me Shop in the description box below. That's where all the laces and trims have come from, not the fabrics, so just the laces and trims. So another journal spot, that's some Kaiser Craft paper, that's some Kaiser Craft paper. Just stitched around those Crafty Me Shop lace. Another little tuck spot here, made from Kaiser Craft paper as well. And there's the ruffles, just a nice little ruffle down there, and I've made little layered flowers, and that's a bit of glassine over the top, and I like the way that looks. It's quite delicate looking. I made this trim many years ago. Unfortunately, because it's such a big journal, you have to space the signatures apart a certain amount with having only 2 signatures. So I popped that there in the center, and I think that's quite nice. It does not take up any space because there's a gully there anyway. So, and the pearls just, because that's all hand stitched, the pearls move as you close it. So once again, another decorative piece made from papers from Tapeology and some hand stitching, and that's part there is from Crafty Me Shop, as is the lace. Some beautiful grey silk fabric that came off a dress. Actually, it's the same dress that had these flowers on it that I trimmed up. Another pocket with some journal spots there. Some lace from Crafty Me Shop. And I think this, oh my goodness, what is it called? This braid is also from Crafty Me Shop as well. And that's the handmade paper from the photo album. Just some more stamping there, another tag here. That the back of that is a printable from the paper Cameo. It didn't quite work out. It was all faded, so I used it as a backing, so that's okay. This little embossed piece here is from my mystery box, as is the vellum piece on the front. More pieces from Crafty Me Shop. Tuck spot and another tag. Another belly band with some more of that paper there. More die cuts. A little tuck spot. And once again the same sort of thing inside. Just a little journal spot inside. Okay. And that's the paper from the paper Cameo. I think that's from the Cottage collection. It's very pretty. Another vellum piece. Another tag that we made there in the tuck spot. Another long tag on case of craft paper. Die cut. Another one of these slotted tuck spots there. It's just a case of craft piece, and this one is made from the drawer lining paper, that one. And that's just a printable with some more faded paper on the back as well. With lace down the side. Another heart, a different one in the centre there. More case of craft paper that I've used for a tag, some little tags that I've stamped, and that's just on an index card. And then there's that beautiful wallpaper once again, and an applique piece from Crafty Me Shop, another vellum piece, some more tags there, and a large one up the top here. Made that one on one of the videos as well. It's very pretty. I think I made it on one of the videos. I'm pretty sure it was. There we go. More applique piece, another collage tag with cereal bag over it. A lovely antique piece of lace there. Another one of those printables there. Stamping. Getting to the end now. A lovely little, it's just on an index card, just some scraps of paper, one of the vellum pieces, and a little bow. And die cut one of those lovely flowers. Another little tag there with a bow. One of the tickets from the mystery box. I think I made that one on one of the videos. More patches. Another little vellum piece. And then in the back here, there is the handmade paper pocket. Just a little tag dangling down there. Oh, I love that rhinestone there. It's a really old one. Where is it here? I don't have much of it left. And it comes like this. See how it comes threaded on a ribbon and you just pull them off? And I don't have, that's about as many as I've got left, and they're really old, so I just use them sparingly. Okay, we have another circle tag here, and then we have a little mini booklet here, little tag on the front. They're just offcuts from Crafty Me Shop, and it's just a lovely little booklet that you can jot your notes down in. See what you want, little doily. I think that was in my mystery box. It was part of the packaging. And this music paper's still got all the scribbles, the pencil scribbling on it too, which makes it look nice. Oh, I did a little bit of hand stitching there too, look at that. That was to hold the, because the bag was too wide. I think it's a bag, yeah. And so I folded it up, so I did a little cross stitch there to hold it up. Just a little tag to jot on. It's packaging paper as well. And a little bit of washi on the back. So that's that little mini notebook, and then that is the end. There's the back cover, more ruffled fabric with a lovely vintage button as well. So that is the large journal. And what I will do, like I said, the components in the next journal all appear in here. So you'll kind of see, but I won't take too long because I don't want the video to be far too long. And with this, just fluff that out, make it look pretty. I may take all the tags out to mail it, and then you can always re-watch the video to see where everything goes, but I will keep them in order when I take them out anyway and put them in a bag to go with it. Okay, so that's the first one. That's the larger journal. This is the smaller journal, same sort of thing. I would say, what is that saying? They are sisters, they are not twins. So very similar, but not the same. Okay. Even these, they're all different on the covers. So I'm just going to flip the pages. If there's anything different, I will stop and say. Still got ink on my fingers. Oh, okay, I just need to put something there, and that's because at some stage I knew, hang on, I'll just, I knew there was a bit of glitter missing. Oh, how do I open that? My goodness. Oh, there was a bit of glitter missing from something, and I could not find it, and it's there. So if I put that on there, it will remind me to do that before it gets packaged up. I wonder, I'll have to check the flip out for that one as well, because that may have a flower inside of it as well. And the little mini booklet is very much the same. I think it's even got the little doily in there because there were two together in my mystery box. So, yep, and even a little bit of hand stitching there. So they are the two journals. I really did enjoy making them. They took a lot longer than I anticipated they would, but I'm very pleased with how they've turned out. And like I said, I will go back and put a bit of glitter in that one, and I will check the other one as well. So this is the smaller one. They're probably in my Etsy if the video's live. I mean, I've still got to do all that, but I won't put this video live until they're in my Etsy store, and the details for that will be in the description box below. And I think I'm going to do a Christmas project next, and I know it's only October, but this is a Christmas project that I wanted to do last year, and I didn't get to it. And so the things I got ready have been waiting all year, and I don't know how long it's going to take me to do. So I might start filming that once I've cleaned up and everything like that. But I think it's a big project, so it won't be done on my desk here because it's a lot bigger. So that's something different other than journals. I feel like I've made a lot of journals, and it's nice to mix things up a little bit, isn't it? Especially with Christmas coming. So I'd like to make some nice decorations and things like that. So that will be good. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like the journals. I hope you've enjoyed the video. And take care, everybody. Bye.